The year is 1960. Japan is still rebuilding, a phoenix rising from the ashes of war, but a new kind of dream is taking hold, the dream of mobility. For many, a car remains an unattainable luxury, a symbol of Western prosperity, but not a practical reality for the average Japanese family. However, within the quiet, methodical halls of Toyota Motor Corporation, a nascent ambition stirs, fueled by the booming economy and a profound understanding of the common person's needs. The vision is simple, yet revolutionary for its time, to create a My Car, an affordable, reliable, and mass-producible automobile that could seamlessly integrate into the daily lives of millions. The genesis of the Corolla project, though not yet christened with that name, was less about a single dramatic eureka moment and more about a persistent, collective conviction. A.G. Toyoda, then managing director, observed the rapid growth of the Japanese middle class, their increasing disposable income, and the inherent desire for personal freedom that only a car could offer. He tasked Tatsuo Hasegawa, a brilliant aircraft engineer who had joined Toyota, with leading the charge. Hasegawa, a man of quiet intensity and meticulous attention to detail, was not given a grand mandate for innovation but a deeply practical one. Design a car that was economical to build, easy to drive, inexpensive to maintain, and above all, utterly dependable. This was to be a car of the people, by the people, for the people, echoing Ford's Model T in its ambition, but with a distinctly Japanese flavor of precision and relentless improvement. Initial sketches and discussions focused heavily on practicality. The design brief was rigorous, a four-door sedan, able to comfortably seat for adults, with a small but efficient engine, and a price point that would not scare off the burgeoning middle-class consumer. Engineers debated engine configurations, suspension systems, and body structures in sterile meeting rooms, the air thick with cigarette smoke and the scent of freshly brewed tea. There was an unspoken understanding that this was not just another vehicle. This was a cornerstone of a new society, a tool that would empower families, connect communities, and drive economic growth. The pressure was immense, but it was channeled into a disciplined, systematic approach that would become Toyota's hallmark. Hasegawa's team delved into consumer habits, observing families, understanding their commutes, their shopping trips, their weekend excursions. They recognized that while performance cars might capture headlines, the true heart of the market lay in utility and peace of mind. The car needed to start every morning, run reliably through scorching summers and bitter winters, and require minimal fuss. It was about trust, building a relationship between owner and machine that was free of drama or unexpected expense. This philosophy, quiet and unassuming, laid the foundation for what would become one of the most successful automotive products in history. The initial design concepts were boxy, pragmatic, and understated, a reflection of the national character, perhaps, but also a deliberate choice to prioritize function over flash. The engineers knew their audience intimately, and they aimed to meet their needs, not just adequately, but exceptionally, without ever boasting about it. The dream car for Japan was not a flashy sports car, but a trustworthy companion, and the Corolla's story began in these unassuming ambitions. The internal code name for the project cycled through several utilitarian monikers, each reflecting a stage of development, until a marketing team, inspired by a desire to convey vibrancy and freshness, proposed Corolla, Latin for small crown. It was a subtle aspiration, suggesting a vehicle that, while not a king, was certainly a noble and essential part of the automotive kingdom. The name resonated. It hinted at quality and aspiration without being ostentatious, perfectly aligning with the car's intended persona. The mood within Toyota was one of quiet optimism, a deep-seated confidence born not from arrogance, but from a painstaking process of iteration and refinement. They were not merely building a car, they were meticulously crafting a national aspiration on four wheels, an embodiment of the Japanese post-war resurgence, ready to take its place on the world stage, one unassuming, dependable mile at a time. October 1966, the air in Toyota's new Takoka plant in Aichi, Japan, hummed with a mixture of nervous excitement and quiet determination. For years, the project team had toiled, meticulously refining every curve, every component, every manufacturing process. Now, the fruits of their labor, the first generation, Toyota Corolla, internally codenamed E10, was ready to meet the world. It was not a grand, ostentatious debut filled with flashing lights and celebrity endorsements. Instead, it was a rollout characterized by typical Toyota pragmatism, a steady, confident introduction aimed directly at the heart of the Japanese consumer. The E10 Corolla was a revelation in its simplicity and efficiency. Designed from the ground up to be a people's car, it featured a compact 1077cc engine, an overhead valve unit that delivered a respectable 60 horsepower. This might seem modest by today's standards, but in the context of 1966, it offered a lively performance for its class, especially when paired with the world's first floor-mounted 4-speed manual transmission in a Japanese car, a detail that lent it a sporty, modern appeal. Hasegawa's vision was manifest: a slightly aggressive stance, a semi-fastback design, and a dedication to creature comforts unheard of in its price segment. Reclining seats, a spacious trunk, and simple, intuitive controls made it immediately approachable. Marketing focused on the concept of my car, emphasizing personal ownership, freedom, and the notion that this was a vehicle designed specifically for the individual and their family. Advertisements featured happy families enjoying outings, highlighting the Corolla's reliability and ease of use. The price point was crucial. Toyota strategically positioned it to be just within reach of the burgeoning middle class, offering immense value for money without ever feeling cheap. This balance of affordability and quality became a cornerstone of the Corolla's early success. Behind the scenes, the manufacturing process was a marvel of burgeoning automation and the nascent stages of the Toyota production system. Every step, from stamping to assembly, was scrutinized for efficiency and quality. Workers on the assembly line, often young men and women who had just moved from rural areas to industrial centers, imbued their work with a sense of national pride. They understood they were not just building cars, but contributing to a societal transformation. The focus was on eliminating waste, ensuring precision, and building in durability. This relentless pursuit of perfection, often invisible to the end consumer, was precisely what made the Corolla so remarkable. Early reviews were overwhelmingly positive. Journalists praised its comfortable ride, surprising performance for its engine size, and, above all, its solid build quality. Consumers responded with enthusiasm. The Corolla quickly became a bestseller in Japan, its unassuming charm and steadfast reliability winning over hearts and minds. It wasn't the flashiest car on the road, nor did it aim to be. Its success was a testament to meticulous engineering, a deep understanding of market needs, and a manufacturing philosophy that prioritized consistency and value. Toyota had delivered on its promise, not with a bang, but with the quiet, confident hum of a perfectly tuned engine. The E10 Corolla wasn't just a car, it was a promise kept, a dream realized, and the modest beginning of a global automotive legend that would quietly reshape the world's roads. The year is 1968, just 2 years after its successful launch in Japan. The Toyota Corolla was poised for its next, most audacious challenge, the vast and competitive American market. This was a land dominated by oversized gas-guzzling domestic behemoths, where foreign cars, particularly Japanese ones, were often viewed with skepticism, perceived as small, flimsy, and lacking the robust character of American iron. Yet Toyota, buoyed by the Corolla's domestic success and a growing confidence in its engineering, believed its humble compact could carve out a niche. The strategy for the American debut was not one of direct confrontation with the Detroit giants. Instead, Toyota aimed for the fringes, targeting consumers who were either seeking a second family car, a reliable commuter, or a more economical alternative to the burgeoning European imports like Volkswagen. The initial advertising campaigns in the US were understated, focusing on the Corolla's key strengths: its fuel efficiency, its surprisingly peppy 1.1-liter engine, and its undeniable reliability. Phrases like, "It's a darn good car," and "Don't let the low price fool you," subtly challenged prevailing stereotypes. Toyota faced significant hurdles. Distribution networks were sparse, and American consumers were unaccustomed to the meticulous, yet understated, Japanese approach to car design. Dealerships were often small, independent operations, struggling to compete with the vast marketing budgets of Ford, GM, and Chrysler. Yet, the Corolla began to gain traction, slowly but surely. Its modest size, which seemed a disadvantage on American highways, became an asset in crowded city streets and for drivers looking to economize on gas, especially as awareness of environmental impact and fuel costs began to subtly shift consumer priorities. Crucially, the Corolla's reliability quickly became its most potent selling point. In an era where many cars, foreign and domestic, were prone to rust, electrical gremlins, and frequent mechanical breakdowns, the Corolla simply started every morning and ran. Owners spoke of its unfailing dependability, its minimal need for repairs, and its surprising longevity. Word of mouth became Toyota's most effective marketing tool. A small, but growing legion of loyal customers began to form, people who appreciated a car that simply did its job, day in and day out. Without fuss or fanfare, Toyota's commitment to quality control and continuous improvement was central to this reputation. Every car shipped across the Pacific underwent stringent checks, and feedback from American dealers and customers was meticulously collected and analyzed. Small improvements were implemented constantly, addressing everything from paint quality to interior trim. This dedication built trust, one satisfied customer at a time. The Corolla wasn't a status symbol. It was a smart, practical purchase, and in a market often swayed by flash, its quiet competence was a refreshing diaphet, ERENTIATOR. By the early 1970s, the Corolla was no longer an anomaly on American roads. It had established itself as a legitimate contender in the compact car segment, laying the groundwork for Toyota's broader expansion. Its American debut was not a thunderous declaration, but a gradual, persistent infiltration, proving that reliability, efficiency, and value could transcend cultural barriers. The Corolla had quietly crossed the Pacific, not with a roar, but with a confident, consistent hum. Beginning its journey to becoming a global automotive staple, it proved that sometimes the most enduring success comes not from shouting the loudest, but from consistently delivering on a promise of dependable quality. As the 1970s dawned, the automotive landscape was shifting. The first-generation Corolla had firmly established Toyota's foothold in both the Japanese and burgeoning international markets. But in the fast-paced world of car manufacturing, resting on laurels was not an option. Thus, in 1970, Toyota introduced the second-generation Corolla, the E20, a vehicle that embodied the company's philosophy of Kaizen, continuous improvement. This wasn't a revolutionary redesign, but rather a thoughtful and comprehensive evolution of the successful E10 formula. The E20 was visibly larger and more refined than its predecessor. Tatsuo Hasegawa, still at the helm of the Corolla project, sought to build upon the E10's strengths while addressing emerging consumer demands for greater comfort, safety, and a touch more sophistication. The wheelbase was extended, providing more interior room and a smoother ride. The body styling became slightly more curvaceous, shedding some of the boxiness of the E10. With cleaner lines and integrated bumpers that hinted at modern design sensibilities, while still unmistakably at Corolla, it had matured. Engine options were expanded, with the introduction of new 1.2L and later 1.4 liters and 1.6 LOHV engines, offering more power and greater flexibility for different markets. The chassis was improved with a revised front McPherson strut suspension and a more stable rear leaf spring setup, enhancing both ride comfort and handling characteristics. Toyota's engineers meticulously tuned these components, aiming for a driving experience that was still accessible and predictable but offered a more refined feel on the road. The focus remained on the average driver, ensuring that the car was easy to pilot and forgiving of less than perfect driving habits. Inside, the E20 saw significant upgrades. The dashboard was redesigned with a more driver-centric layout, offering improved ergonomics and better visibility of instruments. Material quality, while still utilitarian, was noticeably enhanced, reflecting Toyota's commitment to incremental luxury. New features, such as optional air conditioning and a more robust heating system, became available, catering to the diverse climates of its expanding global market. Safety, too, was a growing concern, and the E20 incorporated stronger body structures and improved braking systems, signaling Toyota's awareness of emerging regulatory trends. the global reception to the E20 was just as warm as it had been for its predecessor. In Japan, it continued its reign as a bestseller. In the United States, its reputation for reliability and efficiency grew exponentially, especially as concerns about fuel economy began to surface. With the looming energy crisis of the decade, the E20 demonstrated that Toyota could consistently deliver a product that met and exceeded expectations without resorting to radical, untested designs. It was a testament to the power of methodical, data-driven evolution. What made the E20 a quiet triumph was its ability to blend seamlessly into the fabric of everyday life, improving upon its predecessor without alienating its loyal customer base. It was a car that didn't demand attention but earned respect through its unwavering performance and sensible design. This generation cemented the Corolla's reputation as the sensible choice, the car you could always count on, a reputation that would prove invaluable in the turbulent years to come. Toyota had not reinvented the wheel, but they had polished it, refined it, and ensured it would keep rolling smoothly for millions. October 1973. The world was plunged into an unprecedented energy crisis as the Organization of Arab Petroleum Exporting Countries, OPEC, initiated an oil embargo. Gas prices skyrocketed, lines at fuel stations stretched for miles, and the once invincible American automobile industry, with its penchant for large and efficient V8 engines, was caught flat-footed. Suddenly, fuel efficiency wasn't just a niche concern, it was a global imperative. This seismic shift in consumer priorities created an unforeseen, yet perfectly timed, opportunity for the Toyota Corolla. While American manufacturers scrambled to downsize their offerings, Toyota, alongside other Japanese and European automakers, had spent years perfecting compact fuel-efficient vehicles. The Corolla, now in its third generation E30, introduced in 1974, but heavily influenced by the pre-crisis market, found itself perfectly positioned to meet the urgent needs of a panicked global populace. Its 1.2 liters, 1.4L, and 1.6L engines, once deemed merely adequate, were suddenly heralded as symbols of responsible engineering. The Corolla's modest size, once a perceived disadvantage in the US, became its greatest strength. Marketing quickly adapted to emphasize the Corolla's impressive miles per gallon figures. Advertisements featuring the Corolla effortlessly passing gas stations while larger, thirstier cars struggled were not uncommon. The narrative shifted from just reliability to intelligent economy. Consumers, previously swayed by horsepower and chrome, now prioritized practicality and cost savings at the pump. The Corolla wasn't just a car anymore, it was a solution, a beacon of sensible motoring in a time of scarcity. Toyota's rigorous quality control and established reputation for dependability became even more critical during this period, as other brands rushed to introduce smaller models, often sacrificing quality in the process. The Corolla maintained its consistent build. This consistency fostered immense trust. People knew that buying a Corolla meant not only saving on gas, but also avoiding costly repairs and unexpected breakdowns. In an uncertain world, the Corolla offered a rare sense of certainty. Sales figures soared across the globe. In North America, the Corolla cemented its position as a top-selling import, and its market share grew dramatically. Dealerships struggled to keep up with demand, and waiting lists became common. This unprecedented surge in popularity was not due to a flashy new feature or a groundbreaking design, but purely to the car's inherent suitability for the economic climate. The Corolla didn't have to shout to be heard. Its message of efficiency and reliability resonated louder than any V8 roar. The oil crisis served as a powerful catalyst, transforming the Corolla from a popular compact into a globally recognized symbol of automotive efficiency and common sense. It solidified Toyota's reputation as a company that understood the needs of the everyday driver, offering practical, well-engineered solutions without fanfare. The crisis exposed the vulnerabilities of an industry too long reliant on excess, and in its wake, the quiet, dependable Corolla emerged as a true global leader, proving that sometimes the greatest strength lies in quiet adaptability and unwavering commitment to core principles. It was a testament to long-term vision over short-term trends, a silent victory in a tumultuous economic era. By the late 1970s and early 1980s, the Toyota Corolla was no longer just a Japanese car that happened to be sold abroad. It was rapidly becoming a truly global vehicle. Its success in various markets had convinced Toyota's leadership that local production was the next logical step. This was a monumental undertaking, fraught with logistical challenges, cultural differences, and the complex task of replicating Toyota's meticulous production standards across continents. But for a car built on the principle of accessibility, global manufacturing was essential to further reduce costs, adapt to local tastes, and cement its worldwide presence. The first significant step outside Japan came with the establishment of manufacturing plants in regions like Australia and South Africa in the 1970s. These were often smaller operations, primarily focused on assembly from knockdown kits. However, as the 1980s progressed, Toyota embarked on more ambitious projects, building full-scale manufacturing facilities in key markets. A pivotal moment was the establishment of New United Motor Manufacturing, Inc. NUMI, in Fremont, California, a joint venture with General Motors in 1984. This groundbreaking partnership allowed Toyota to learn about operating in the American labor and regulatory environment, while GM gained insights into Toyota's renowned production system. The NUMI plant famously produced the Corolla and its GM equivalent, the Chevrolet Nova, demonstrating that Toyota's quality could be replicated with an American workforce, challenging many preconceptions. This expansion wasn't just about setting up factories. It was about meticulously transplanting the Toyota Production System (TPS) and its philosophy of Kaizen continuous improvement and Jidoka automation with a human touch to new cultures. Japanese engineers and managers spent years on the ground, training local workforces, establishing stringent quality control protocols, and fostering a culture of mutual respect and problem-solving. This process was often quiet, methodical, and incredibly detailed, focusing on every small step of the assembly line to ensure that a Corolla built in Kentucky was as reliable as one built in Takaoka. Local adaptation also became crucial. While the core engineering remained consistent, minor modifications were made to cater to regional preferences and regulations. For example, suspension tuning might be adjusted for rougher roads in some developing markets, or specific interior trims might be offered to align with local aesthetic tastes. This flexibility, combined with the core values of reliability and economy, allowed the Corolla to resonate with an even broader demographic. From the bustling streets of Bangkok to the open highways of rural Canada, the expansion of global manufacturing had a profound impact on the Corolla's status. It transformed it from a popular import into a local product for many countries, increasing its affordability and accessibility. It also symbolized Toyota's unwavering commitment to its customers worldwide. By the end of the 1980s, the Corolla was being built or assembled in dozens of countries, becoming a truly ubiquitous presence on roads everywhere. This quiet, strategic expansion was a testament to Toyota's long-term vision, its operational discipline, and its belief that a reliable, affordable car had a place in every corner of the world. It wasn't about flashy advertisements, but about deeply embedding itself into global communities, one meticulously built car at a time. The year is 1983. For nearly 2 decades, the Toyota Corolla had adhered to a tried-and-true formula, a robust, reliable front engine, rear-wheel drive, RWD layout. This traditional setup had served it well, fostering a reputation for predictable handling and durability. However, the automotive world was undergoing a significant engineering paradigm shift. The increasing demand for fuel efficiency, greater interior space within compact footprints, and improved all-weather traction were pushing manufacturers towards front-wheel drive FWD configurations. Toyota, ever the methodical innovator, recognized this trend and, with the launch of the 5th-generation E80 Corolla, quietly embraced the FWD revolution. This transition was not a minor tweak. It was a fundamental redesign of the Corolla's core architecture. The decision to switch to FWD was driven by a deep understanding of consumer needs. By eliminating the transmission tunnel and rear differential found in RWD cars, FWD designs offered significantly more cabin space for passengers and luggage, a crucial advantage in the compact segment. Furthermore, Placing the engine and transaxle over the front wheels dramatically improved traction in adverse weather conditions, a major selling point in snow-prone regions. The engineering team, led by a new generation of designers building on Tatsuo Hasegawa's legacy, spent years developing the FWD platform to ensure it met Toyota's stringent standards for reliability and driving dynamics. The E80 Corolla's exterior design reflected this internal revolution. It adopted a more contemporary, aerodynamic silhouette, characterized by smoother lines and a more integrated front end, departing from the sharper, more angular lines of its E70 predecessor. This wasn't just aesthetic. The improved aerodynamics contributed to better fuel economy, aligning with the ongoing global emphasis on efficiency. Inside, the gains in interior space were immediately noticeable. Rear passengers enjoyed more legroom, and the boot capacity was improved, enhancing the Corolla's practicality as a family car. Under the hood, new engines were developed to complement the FWD layout. The introduction of advanced 1.3L, 1.5L, and 1.6L engines, some featuring multi-valve technology, provided a better balance of power and fuel efficiency. The 1.6-liter for AGE twin-cam engine, in particular, offered a surprising level of performance in the Corolla GT and LEV Intruino models, demonstrating that while the Corolla's primary focus was practicality, it could also deliver a spirited driving experience. This engine would later achieve legendary status in the aftermarket and motorsport world. Introducing a major change like FWD carried risks, but Toyota's meticulous engineering and exhaustive testing ensured a smooth transition. The E80 quickly proved that FWD could be just as reliable and durable as RWD, effectively silencing any skeptics. Its success validated Toyota's strategic move, cementing the FWD layout as the industry standard for compact cars. The fifth-generation Corolla wasn't flashy, but it was profoundly significant. It represented a quiet but powerful statement. Toyota was not afraid to embrace fundamental engineering shifts, so long as those shifts delivered tangible benefits to the consumer, without compromising the core values of quality, durability, and reliability. This generation solidified the Corolla's reputation as a leader, not just a follower, in automotive technology, all while maintaining its unassuming demeanor. The late 1980s and early 1990s marked a golden era for the Toyota Corolla, solidifying its reputation as the benchmark for reliability, durability, and quality. The sixth-generation E90, launched in 1987, and the seventh-generation E100, introduced in 1991, were not about dramatic breakthroughs but about perfecting the proven formula. These were the years when the Corolla quietly became synonymous with automotive longevity, the car that simply would not die, earning the unwavering trust of millions worldwide. The E90 Corolla, often referred to as the Bubble Corolla due to its rounded aerodynamic styling, refined the front-wheel drive platform introduced with the E80. Its design aimed for a more sophisticated, slightly upscale look, without sacrificing any of its inherent practicality. The interior was ergonomic and well-appointed with clear instrumentation and durable materials. Toyota engineers meticulously focused on fit and finish, reducing panel gaps, enhancing noise insulation, and improving the tactile feel of switches and controls. This dedication to subtle, often unseen, improvements elevated the driving experience without increasing complexity or cost significantly. Under the hood, the E90 continued to utilize the Robusta series engines, including the legendary 4AFA and the more powerful 4AGE twin-cam, for sportier variants. These engines were lauded for their smooth operation, impressive fuel economy, and, crucially, their bulletproof reliability. Many E90 Corollas are still on the road today, a testament to the meticulous engineering and manufacturing quality of this era. The car simply worked, day after day, year after year, with minimal fuss beyond routine maintenance. This reliability wasn't accidental. It was the direct result of Toyota's relentless pursuit of perfection through its production system. The E100, launched in 1991, took this philosophy even further. It adopted a slightly larger, more rounded design, reflecting the growing trend towards safer, more substantial-looking vehicles. The interior space was again increased, and comfort levels were enhanced with improved seating and more refined suspension tuning. The E100 generation, sometimes called the over-engineered Corolla, was a pinnacle of build quality. Toyota invested heavily in advanced corrosion protection, higher-grade plastics, and even more stringent assembly processes. The goal was to build a car that felt substantial, safe, and utterly dependable, setting a new standard for compact vehicles. These generations saw the Corolla ascend to truly dominant sales figures, particularly in North America and Europe. It was the sensible choice for families, commuters, and even fleets. Its reputation preceded it. People bought Corollas because they knew what they were getting: an honest, reliable, and economical mode of transport that would serve them faithfully for years. It wasn't advertised with high-octane stunts or celebrity endorsements. Its marketing was built on testimonials and quiet confidence. Dealers spoke of high customer retention rates, a clear indicator of customer satisfaction. The E90 and E100 Corollas represented the absolute zenith of Toyota's reliability-first philosophy. They proved that consistency, meticulous engineering, and a focus on long-term value could create an automotive legend. These cars were not designed to thrill or excite, but to provide unfailing mobility, and in doing so, they became the quiet backbone of countless households and economies, a testament to the enduring power of practical excellence. Their legacy is not found in dramatic tales, but in the countless mundane journeys they completed, day in and day out, without complaint. As the 1990s progressed, a significant phenomenon emerged in the global automotive industry: the widening quality gap. While Western manufacturers were still grappling with inconsistent build quality, persistent electrical issues, and rust concerns, Japanese automakers, and particularly Toyota with its Corolla, had quietly perfected the art of defect-free mass production. The Corolla, throughout its E90 and E100 generations, became the undisputed gold standard for quality, durability, and reliability, challenging and ultimately forcing competitors to elevate their own game. This quality gap wasn't a secret. It was a lived reality for consumers. Stories of Corollas consistently outlasting their domestic and European counterparts became common anecdotes. Owners reported tens, then hundreds of thousands of miles on their vehicles, with little more than routine maintenance, while other cars might develop squeaks, rattles, or breakdowns after a few years. The Corolla maintained its structural integrity, its engine purred reliably, and its electrical systems functioned without a glitch. This wasn't achieved through revolutionary technology, but through a relentless, systematic dedication to manufacturing excellence. At the heart of this success was the Toyota Production System, TPS, a methodology that had been refined over decades. TPS emphasized Jidoka automation with a human touch, meaning machines stopped automatically when a defect occurred, preventing flawed products from moving down the line, and just-in-time minimizing waste by only producing what is needed, when it is needed. Every worker was empowered to stop the production line if they identified a quality issue, fostering a collective responsibility for perfection. This proactive approach to quality control was revolutionary and starkly contrasted with the inspect and repair mentality prevalent in many Western factories. Moreover, Toyota's relationships with its suppliers were crucial. They didn't just buy parts, they collaborated with suppliers, sharing knowledge, enforcing stringent quality standards, and integrating them into the Kaizen process. This extended network of quality assurance meant that every component, from the smallest bolt to the most complex engine part, met Toyota's demanding specifications. The result was a vehicle that, while unassuming in appearance, was engineered and built to an incredibly high standard. The interior plastics felt robust, the doors closed with a satisfying thud, and every control operated smoothly. These subtle cues, combined with the car's undeniable mechanical reliability, built a powerful, almost unshakable, trust with consumers. People paid a small premium for a Corolla because they understood it was an investment in peace of mind. This quiet dominance in quality ultimately forced other manufacturers to respond. They sent teams to Japan to study TPS, implemented their own versions of lean manufacturing, and invested heavily in improving their own quality control processes. The Corolla, through its consistent excellence, had not only secured its own place in automotive history, but had also inadvertently become a catalyst for global automotive improvement. It proved that in the long run, meticulous craftsmanship and unwavering reliability trumped flashy design or raw power. The quality gap was real, and the Corolla was at its forefront, quietly setting a new global benchmark for what a mass-market car could and should be. The year 1997 was a landmark moment in automotive history, though, in typical Corolla fashion, it passed with relatively little fanfare. In this year, the Toyota Corolla quietly surpassed the Volkswagen Beetle to become the best-selling car nameplate of all time, a testament to its enduring appeal and relentless global reach. This wasn't a victory achieved through marketing theatrics or revolutionary design, but through decades of consistent, dependable service to millions of drivers around the world. By this point, the Corolla was in its 8th generation E110, introduced in 1995, a vehicle that continued to refine the formula established by its predecessors. The E110 focused on lighter weight, improved fuel economy, and enhanced safety features, all while maintaining the rock-solid reliability that had become its hallmark. Its design, while still conservative, adopted smoother, more contemporary lines, aiming for broad appeal rather than polarizing aesthetics. The interior was practical, comfortable, and built to last, eschewing trendy features for true functionality. The global manufacturing footprint Toyota had meticulously established over the previous decades was crucial to this milestone. Corollas were being built in dozens of countries, adapted to local conditions and preferences, making it truly a car of the world. This localization, combined with a robust spare parts network and readily available service, ensured that a Corolla owner, whether in Tokyo, Toronto, or Timbuktu, could count on their vehicle for years to come. This pervasive presence was not achieved through aggressive expansion, but through gradual, strategic growth and a deep understanding of diverse market needs. Toyota's sales strategy for the Corolla was equally unassuming. It was often the car recommended by mechanics, the default choice for first-time buyers, and the reliable workhorse for small businesses. Its marketing focused on value, longevity, and peace of mind, qualities that resonated deeply with a broad global demographic. While other manufacturers chased niche markets and high-performance segments, Toyota doubled down on the fundamentals, consistently delivering an affordable, practical, and utterly dependable vehicle. Surpassing the Beetle was more than just a sales figure. It symbolized a shift in the automotive paradigm. The Beetle represented an era of charming, idiosyncratic design, but the Corolla epitomized a new age of precision engineering, mass-market efficiency, and unwavering reliability. It proved that a car didn't need a cult following or a unique personality to achieve global dominance. Instead, consistent quality and meeting the practical needs of the common person were far more powerful. The quiet achievement of becoming the world's best-selling car was a reflection of the Corolla's entire philosophy, a car that humbly served its purpose, never drawing undue attention to itself, yet proving indispensable to millions. It wasn't about being the fastest or the most luxurious, but about being the most consistent, the most trustworthy, and ultimately, the most ubiquitous. The Corolla's success story is a powerful reminder that in the automotive world, sometimes the quietest journeys lead to the most enduring legends, built one reliable mile at a time. As the 21st century dawned, the Toyota Corolla, now in its 9th E120, 2010, E140, E150, 2006 generations, faced a new challenge, evolving beyond its reputation for mere reliability to offer more refinement, sophistication, and a touch of emotional appeal. The market was becoming more competitive, with rivals catching up on quality, and consumers began demanding more than just a dependable A2B machine. The Corolla, ever adaptable, began a quiet transformation to meet these rising expectations. The E120 Corolla, launched in 2000, marked a significant departure in terms of design. It adopted a taller, more spacious body, often described as mini MPV-like in its proportions, particularly the hatchback versions. This design maximized interior room, making it incredibly practical for families. The cabin was significantly improved, with better quality plastics, more comfortable seats, and a more modern ergonomic dashboard layout. Noise, vibration, and harshness (NVH) levels were dramatically reduced, giving the E120 a more premium feel on the road, a stark contrast to the sometimes utilitarian feel of earlier models. Technological advancements were also quietly integrated. New engines, such as the 1ZZFA and 2ZZGE, the latter for sportier models like the Corolla T-Sport X, offered improved power output, better fuel efficiency, and lower emissions. Anticipating future environmental regulations, safety features became more comprehensive, with the introduction of more airbags and advanced braking systems. The driving dynamics were also refined, offering a more composed and comfortable ride, appealing to a broader range of drivers who valued comfort as much as reliability. By the time the 10th generation E140-E150 arrived in 2006, the Corolla had fully embraced its global identity, with distinct styling and engineering for different markets. The North American market, for instance, received a more conservative, larger sedan, while Europe and other regions saw sleeker, more dynamic designs. This strategic segmentation allowed Toyota to cater specifically to regional tastes while maintaining the core Corolla values. The E140-E150 featured even more sophisticated engines, including dual VVTi technology for enhanced performance and economy, and continuously variable transmissions. CVTs began to appear, offering seamless power delivery. Inside, the E140-E150 pushed the boundaries of what was expected from a compact car. Higher-grade materials, better infotainment options, and even more plush seating made the interior a more inviting place to be. The focus was on making the Corolla not just reliable, but genuinely pleasant to drive and own. While still not ostentatious, these generations demonstrated Toyota's commitment to continuous improvement across all aspects of the vehicle. From engineering to sensory experience, these generations saw the Corolla continue its reign as a sales powerhouse, consistently ranking among the world's top sellers. Its evolution was quiet but profound, demonstrating that the sensible choice could also be refined, comfortable, and technologically advanced. The Corolla had matured, retaining its core identity while subtly adapting to a changing world, proving that true longevity comes from evolving gracefully without abandoning one's core strengths. It was a quiet triumph of consistent, iterative improvement, ensuring its relevance in an ever more demanding market. Amidst the Corolla's decades-long narrative of quiet reliability and sensible evolution, there exists a unique and vibrant chapter that stands apart from the utilitarian mainstream: the unlikely rise of the AE86 Corolla as a drifting icon and cult classic. Produced between 1983 and 1987 as part of the fifth-generation E80 line, the AE86, specifically the rear-wheel drive, Levin and Trueno variants, was an anomaly. While the rest of the Corolla lineup embraced front-wheel drive, the AE86 retained its RWD configuration, a decision that would inadvertently cement its legendary status in motorsport history. When new, the AE86 was simply a lightweight, affordable, and fun-to-drive compact coupe or hatchback. It was equipped with the now legendary 1.6-liter for AGE twin-cam 16-valve engine, a high-revving, naturally aspirated power plant that produced around 130 horsepower, coupled with its low curb weight around 900 to 1,000 kilograms, balanced chassis, and precise steering. The AE86 offered a surprisingly engaging driving experience, a stark contrast to its more sedate FWD brethren. It was a driver's car, accessible to enthusiasts on a budget. The AE86's true legend began to form in the mountains of Japan. Young enthusiasts, particularly in the nascent street racing and drifting scene, discovered its inherent potential. Its RWD layout, lightweight, and easily modifiable engine made it perfect for honing skills in the art of controlled oversteer. Drifters like Keiichi Tsukiya, often credited as the Drift King, famously piloted A86s through Tuge Mountain Pass races, popularizing the technique and showcasing the car's dynamic capabilities. His exploits, often filmed and distributed through underground video magazines, captivated a generation of aspiring drivers. This underground fame was catapulted into global recognition with the manga and anime series Initial D, which debuted in 1995. The protagonist, Takumi drives his father's old Toyota Sprinter Truino A86, a rebadged Corolla, delivering tofu up and down Mount Akina. His incredible driving skills and the car's underdog status against more powerful, modern machinery turned the AE86 into an instant automotive icon. Suddenly, a relatively obscure, discontinued compact car became a symbol of dedication, skill, and the triumph of driver ability over raw power. The cultural impact was immense. Prices for used AE86s soared, and a thriving aftermarket developed, dedicated to modifying and restoring these cult classics. Enthusiasts worldwide sought out the Hachiroku Japanese for Eitsu, not for its luxury or technological prowess, but for its pure, unadulterated driving experience and its connection to a passionate automotive subculture. It became a symbol of grassroots motorsport, a testament to the idea that an unassuming car, in the right hands, could achieve legendary status. The AE86 stands as a fascinating counterpoint to the Corolla's broader narrative. While the vast majority of Corollas quietly served as reliable family transport, the AE86 roared, or, more accurately, revved its way into the hearts of enthusiasts. It proved that even within the most pragmatic and mass-produced lineage, a quiet spark of sporting potential could ignite a passionate following, demonstrating the hidden depths of the Corolla's engineering and its unexpected capacity for becoming a beloved icon. As the second decade of the 21st century unfolded, the automotive industry faced its next great paradigm shift, the imperative of electrification. With growing environmental concerns, increasingly stringent emissions regulations, and a public clamoring for better fuel economy, hybrid technology, once a niche offering, began to move into the mainstream. For the Toyota Corolla, a vehicle historically defined by its quiet adaptability, embracing hybridization was a logical, almost inevitable, evolution. The introduction of hybrid powertrains into the Corolla lineup marked a new chapter in its enduring commitment to efficiency and practicality. Toyota, having pioneered hybrid technology with the Prius in the late 1990s, possessed a wealth of experience in this field. It was a natural progression to integrate this proven technology into its best-selling model. The first significant steps came with the 11th generation E170, 2012, and particularly the 12th generation E210, 2018 Corolla. The E210, in particular, was designed from the ground up to accommodate a hybrid powertrain, signaling Toyota's long-term vision for the model. Introducing a hybrid Corolla wasn't about radical redesign but about seamless integration. The goal was to offer consumers the same core Corolla experience, reliability, comfort, and ease of ownership, but with dramatically improved fuel efficiency and reduced emissions. The Corolla hybrid typically pairs a small, efficient gasoline engine, often a 1.8-liter Atkinson cycle unit, with an electric motor and a compact battery pack. The system intelligently switches between electric power, gasoline power, or a combination of both, optimizing efficiency without requiring driver intervention. This self-charging hybrid system offered the benefits of electrification without the need for external charging infrastructure, making it immediately accessible to a global audience. The impact was significant. The Corolla hybrid delivered impressive fuel economy figures, often comparable to smaller city cars, while retaining the spaciousness and practicality of a compact sedan or hatchback. In urban environments, where stop-and-go traffic is common, the ability to drive on electric power alone for short bursts significantly reduced fuel consumption and local emissions. This made the hybrid variant an increasingly popular choice for commuters and environmentally conscious buyers. Toyota's characteristic ensured that the hybrid system was as reliable and durable as the conventional gasoline power. Years of research and real-world data from the Prius platform meant that the Corolla hybrid inherited a mature and robust technology. This quiet confidence in its hybrid system was a key factor in its acceptance. Consumers trusted that a Corolla hybrid would offer the same peace of mind as any other. The Corolla's embrace of hybridization was another testament to its philosophy of quiet, continuous improvement. It wasn't about a dramatic shift to full electric vehicles overnight, but a pragmatic, incremental step towards a more sustainable future. By offering hybrid technology in its most popular model, Toyota democratized electrification, making it accessible and reliable for the masses. the Corolla hybrid proved that the world's best-selling car could continue to evolve, staying relevant and responsible in an ever-changing automotive landscape without ever losing its unassuming, dependable character. Through over 50 years and 12 generations, the Toyota Corolla's remarkable longevity and consistent sales success can be attributed to an enduring, albeit quiet, formula, an unparalleled ability to adapt to changing market demands, evolving design philosophies, and emerging technological trends, all while remaining true to its core values of reliability, practicality, and affordability. This adaptability has allowed the Corolla to seamlessly transition from a basic compact to a sophisticated global offering, often without dramatic pronouncements. Early Corollas, like the E10, were compact, rear-wheel, and somewhat utilitarian, designed to mobilize post-war Japan. As markets matured and globalized, the Corolla grew in size, adopted front-wheel drive E80, and offered more creature comforts, becoming the quintessential family sedan of the 80s and 90s. E90, E100. When consumers demanded more refinement and safety, the Corolla responded with higher quality interiors, improved crash structures, and more sophisticated driving dynamics. E120, E140. And as environmental consciousness grew, it quietly embraced hybrid technology. E210. Crucially, this adaptation was never about chasing fads. Toyota's approach has always been one of careful observation, meticulous engineering, and a focus on proven technologies. Design changes, while sometimes controversial, like the more angular styling of some E70s or the bubble look of the E90, were always rooted in functional improvements, better aerodynamics, more interior space, enhanced safety. Even as the car grew in sophistication, it never lost sight of its primary mission: reliable, affordable transport for the masses. This pragmatism allowed it to resonate with an incredibly diverse global audience, from value-conscious buyers in emerging markets to suburban families in developed nations. The Corolla's adaptability also extended to its market presence. Toyota skillfully tailored the Corolla for different regions. In North America, it often maintained a more conservative sedan profile, appealing to a segment that prioritized comfort and tradition. In Europe, it offered more dynamic hatchback variants, catering to a market that valued sportier aesthetics and urban maneuverability. In parts of Asia and South America, specific body styles and engine options were developed to meet local regulations and economic realities. This strategic segmentation, executed with precision and without a unifying global marketing blitz, allowed the Corolla to be local everywhere. This continuous, quiet evolution is a testament to Toyota's deep understanding of the automotive ecosystem. They didn't aim to be the most exciting car, but the most consistently relevant. They built their success on trust, earned one reliable mile at a time, across countless generations and continents. The Corolla's adaptability is not a story of dramatic reinvention, but of subtle, intelligent evolution, a quiet force that allowed it to remain a top seller for over half a century, proving that true endurance comes from the ability to change effectively while preserving one's core identity. It is a masterclass in quiet resilience and understated market dominance. For decades, the Toyota Corolla has been synonymous with reliability, practicality, and sensible motoring. Its reputation was built on a foundation of quiet competence, not thrilling performance. Yet, in a surprising and exhilarating turn, Toyota decided to inject a potent dose of adrenaline into its unassuming compact. The introduction of the GR Corolla, developed by Toyota's Gazoo Racing GR Performance division, shattered preconceived notions and revealed a hidden, wild side to the world's best-selling car. The GR Corolla, launched in 2022, was not merely a cosmetic upgrade or a slightly more powerful variant. It was a comprehensive re-engineering project aimed at transforming the mundane into the magnificent. Under the hood, it boasts a turbocharged 1.6-liter three-cylinder engine, the G16 GT, shared with the GR Yaris, delivering an astounding 300 horsepower and 273 pounds-ft of torque. This is paired exclusively with a 6-speed intelligent manual transmission (IMT) and Toyota's advanced GR4 all-wheel drive system, which allows for variable torque distribution, 60 to 40, 50 to 50. or 3270 Fronturia for optimal grip and handling. Externally, the GR Corolla is aggressive and purposeful. Wide-body fenders, functional air vents, a prominent rear spoiler, and a distinctive triple exhaust tip hint at its sporting intentions. The chassis was significantly stiffened with additional weld points and structural adhesive, and the suspension was completely revised with track-tuned components. High-performance brakes and sticky Michelin Pilot Sport 4S tires ensure it can stop and grip with equal ferocity. This was a car built for enthusiasts, by enthusiasts, a direct challenge to established hot hatchbacks. Developing the GR Corolla involved extensive testing on circuits and rally stages around the world, often personally overseen by Aki Toyota himself, a passionate racing driver. The engineering team pored over every detail, from the pedal feel to the exhaust note, to ensure an engaging and rewarding driving experience. It was a painstaking process, but one driven by a desire to demonstrate that Toyota, often perceived as conservative, could still produce genuinely exciting cars. The launch of the GR Corolla sent ripples of excitement through the automotive community. Critics and fans alike praised its raw, unfiltered driving dynamics, its potent engine, and its surprisingly accessible price point. It represented a bold statement from Toyota, while the regular Corolla would continue its role as the dependable workhorse. The GR Corolla was a testament to the brand's engineering prowess and its newfound commitment to injecting passion back into its product lineup. It wasn't about mass appeal, it was about brand halo and proving what the Corolla nameplate was truly capable of. The GR Corolla is a fascinating chapter in the quiet history of the Corolla. It's a reminder that even the most unassuming of vehicles can harbor a hidden potential for excitement, and that a brand known for pragmatism can still unleash unexpected performance. It quietly redefined what a Corolla could be, proving that Corolla no longer just meant reliable, but also exhilarating. It was the loud whisper in a decades-long conversation of quiet dependability, a thrilling departure that expanded the Corolla's legacy in an entirely new and exciting direction. After over 5 decades in production, traversing 12 distinct generations, and selling more than 50 million units worldwide, the Toyota Corolla has etched an indelible mark on automotive history. Its legacy is not built on grand narratives of luxury, speed, or groundbreaking design, but on a more profound, yet quieter, achievement: the unwavering trust it has earned from generations of drivers across every continent. The Corolla has become indispensable, a silent, ubiquitous force that has shaped global mobility more than almost any other vehicle, from its humble beginnings. As Japan's My Car in 1966, the Corolla has consistently delivered on its promise of reliable, affordable, and practical transportation. It mobilized families, empowered small businesses, and served as a steadfast companion for countless commuters. Its story is one of quiet victories, silently conquering the global market, consistently outperforming rivals in reliability surveys, and becoming the go-to recommendation for anyone seeking a car that simply works, day in and day out. This trust is built on a foundation of meticulous engineering, a relentless pursuit of quality, and a deep understanding of consumer needs. Toyota never aimed for the most dramatic design or the flashiest features for the mainstream Corolla. Instead, it focused on perfecting the fundamentals: robust engines, durable transmissions, user-friendly interiors, and a manufacturing process that virtually eliminated defects became its hallmarks. This consistency, often taken for granted, is precisely what made the Corolla extraordinary. The Corolla's impact extends beyond mere sales figures. It has become a cultural touchstone in many parts of the world, synonymous with dependability and common sense. It's the car that's passed down from generation to generation, the vehicle that reliably gets you to work and back, and the benchmark against which other compact cars are often judged. Its ubiquity means it blends into the background of daily life, yet its presence is undeniable. In an industry often characterized by hype and fleeting trends, the Corolla stands as a testament to the enduring power of substance over style. It proved that a car could be incredibly successful by simply being consistently good, without demanding constant attention or revolutionary reinvention. Its evolution has been gradual, purposeful, and always in tune with the changing needs of the global population. From embracing front-wheel drive to integrating hybrid technology, The Corolla's legacy is one of silent service, a testament to the profound impact that a well-engineered, dependable product can have on society. It is the car that helped democratize personal transportation, proving that quality and reliability don't have to come with a premium price tag. As the automotive world continues its rapid transformation towards electrification and autonomous driving, the Corolla remains a quiet constant, ready to adapt and continue its indispensable role in the ongoing story of human mobility. Its history is a powerful reminder that true greatness often manifests not in a roar, but in a consistent, unwavering hum. Central to the Corolla's quiet but monumental success, and indeed to Toyota as a whole, is the profound influence of Japanese engineering philosophy, particularly the concept of Kaizen, far beyond a mere buzzword. Kaizen meaning change for the better, or continuous improvement, is a foundational principle deeply embedded in Toyota's corporate culture and every stage of the Corolla's development and manufacturing. It's a philosophy that eschews radical, disruptive changes in favor of constant, incremental refinements, a never-ending pursuit of perfection that often goes unnoticed by the casual observer. From the earliest days of the Corolla project, designers and engineers were not encouraged to reinvent the wheel with each new generation. Instead, they were tasked with meticulously identifying areas for improvement, however small. This could be anything from optimizing a component's durability, improving fuel efficiency by a fraction of a percentage, enhancing interior ergonomics, or refining a manufacturing process to reduce waste. Every problem was seen as an opportunity for improvement, and every worker, from the top executives to the assembly line operators, was empowered and expected to contribute to this process. The application of Kaizen meant that the Corolla evolved gracefully, rather than undergoing dramatic overhauls. Each new generation built upon the strengths of its predecessor, incrementally addressing weaknesses and incorporating new technologies in a measured, thoroughly tested manner. This stood in stark contrast to some Western manufacturers who often pursued bold, sometimes risky, design or engineering changes that occasionally led to reliability issues or alienated their customer base. The Corolla's journey was one of steady, reliable progress, a constant tightening of tolerances and refinement of functionality. Toyota's commitment to Kaizen extended to its rigorous testing protocols. Prototypes were subjected to extreme conditions, components were stress-tested far beyond their expected limits, and every piece of customer feedback was meticulously analyzed. This data-driven approach ensured that any improvement implemented was robust and genuinely beneficial. The result was a vehicle that, while unassuming in appearance, was incredibly well engineered and consistently delivered on its promise of quality and durability. Furthermore, Kaizen is intrinsically linked to Gemba, the principle of going to the actual place where work is done or where problems occur. For Corolla engineers, this meant spending time on the factory floor, observing assembly processes, and even visiting dealerships to understand customer experiences firsthand. This direct engagement ensured that improvements were practical, relevant, and addressed real-world issues, not just theoretical ones. The quiet power of Kaizen is perhaps the most significant, yet least celebrated, aspect of the Corolla's success. It allowed the car to consistently improve in every conceivable metric: reliability, safety, fuel economy, comfort, without ever losing its fundamental identity or abandoning its core values. It is the reason why the Corolla, despite never being the flashiest, fastest, or most luxurious, has remained at the pinnacle of global automotive sales for decades. It is a testament to the enduring power of continuous, quiet improvement, proving that small, persistent steps can lead to monumental, long-lasting achievements. For most of its history, the Toyota Corolla has been a masterclass in marketing the mundane. Unlike competitors who often relied on flashy advertisements, celebrity endorsements, or hyperbolic claims of performance, the Corolla's marketing strategy has consistently embraced an understated appeal, focusing on the core values that truly matter to everyday drivers: reliability, value, and peace of mind. This quiet approach, devoid of grand theatrics, has paradoxically made it one of the most successfully marketed vehicles in history. Early Corolla advertisements in Japan played on the idea of "my car," emphasizing personal ownership and the freedom it afforded the burgeoning middle class. When it entered the fiercely competitive American market, initial campaigns focused on fuel economy and its surprisingly robust nature, subtly challenging the dominance of larger domestic vehicles. Phrases like "it's a darn good car" were simple, honest, and resonated with consumers seeking practical solutions rather than aspirational fantasies. As the Corolla's reputation for unwavering reliability grew, its marketing naturally shifted to highlight this strength. Rather than focusing on horsepower or acceleration, ads often featured scenarios of hassle-free ownership, a Corolla starting reliably on a cold morning, smoothly navigating a busy commute, or embarking on a long family trip without a hitch. The message was clear: this is a car you can count on, always. This appealed to logic and practicality, rather than emotion, built a deep and lasting trust with its customer base. Toyota also leveraged the power of testimonials and word of mouth. Satisfied Corolla owners, who often drove their cars for hundreds of thousands of miles with minimal trouble, became the most powerful advocates. Their stories of longevity and low ownership costs were far more convincing than any glossy advertisement. The Corolla sold itself through consistent performance, proving that quality, rather than spectacle, was the ultimate marketing tool. Even as the Corolla evolved, adopting more sophisticated designs and technology, its marketing remained grounded. While newer campaigns might feature a more dynamic aesthetic, the underlying message of dependability, efficiency, and smart value remained constant. The focus was on how the Corolla integrated seamlessly into people's lives, simplifying their routines and providing worry-free mobility, rather than transforming them into glamorous adventurers. This understated marketing approach perfectly mirrored the Corolla's own character. It never shouted for attention, but its consistent presence and unwavering quality ensured it was always seen, always considered, and often chosen. It proved that in the long run, genuine value and a strong, trustworthy reputation are far more potent than any fleeting trend. The Corolla's quiet marketing strategy was a testament to its intrinsic merits, allowing the product to speak for itself and fostering a legacy of trust that few other vehicles can claim. It's the art of appealing to common sense, a strategy that has proven enduringly successful for a car built for the common person. While the sedan configuration has historically been the most iconic and highest-selling body style for the Toyota Corolla, its journey to global dominance was also significantly bolstered by its diverse range of variants. From early on, Toyota recognized that different markets and consumer needs required more than just a four-door sedan. This quiet flexibility, offering hatchbacks, wagons, coupes, and even commercial vans, allowed the Corolla to permeate virtually every segment of the compact car market, further solidifying its ubiquitous presence. The very first Corolla, the E10, launched not only as a two-door and four-door sedan, but quickly introduced a two-door wagon. Acknowledging the practical needs of families and small businesses, this pattern continued through subsequent generations. The second-generation E20 and third-generation E30 offered stylish coupe versions, like the Sprinter and Levin, which, while still practical, hinted at a sportier aspiration for some buyers. These early coupes often featured slightly more aggressive styling and were popular with younger demographics. As European markets embraced the practicality of hatchback, Toyota responded with dedicated Corolla hatchback variants, often with distinct styling from their sedan counterparts. These models, particularly popular in the UK and continental Europe, offered versatile cargo space without compromising the Corolla's compact footprint or driving dynamics. Similarly, wagon variants remained popular globally, providing spaciousness for families and utility for tradespeople, often serving as reliable workhorses that endured for decades. The diversity wasn't just about body styles, but also about subtle market positioning. Some variants, like the rear-wheel drive AE86 coupes, Levin, and True, developed a niche cult following among enthusiasts for their dynamic driving characteristics, proving that the Corolla platform, in specific guises, could also deliver a spirited experience. Other variants, such as light commercial vans based on the Corolla platform, served a utilitarian purpose, transporting goods and workers with the same dependability as their passenger car siblings. This broad product portfolio allowed the Corolla to capture sales from various demographic groups, from young singles needing a practical hatchback to families requiring a spacious wagon, and even businesses needing a reliable delivery vehicle. This quiet, strategic expansion of its lineup ensured that almost anyone looking for a dependable and affordable compact vehicle could find a Corolla variant that suited their needs. It was an exercise in silent market segmentation, ensuring maximal reach without diluting the core brand identity. The ability to offer such a wide range of dependable variants, all sharing the underlying Corolla DNA of quality and reliability, was a testament to Toyota's engineering prowess and manufacturing efficiency. It showcased a deep understanding of global consumer needs and the flexibility to cater to them. The Corolla's journey wasn't just as a sedan, it was as a versatile family of vehicles, each quietly contributing to its unparalleled status as a truly global and indispensable automotive icon. This multifaceted approach was a silent but powerful driver of its enduring success, ensuring that the Corolla was truly a car for everyone, in every form. Beyond the engineering, the quality, and the diverse body styles, a significant, yet often overlooked, contributor to the Toyota Corolla's enduring success is the immense power of its nameplate. Corolla has transcended being merely a model designation. It has become a global brand asset, synonymous with reliability, value, and trustworthiness. This quiet strength, built over decades, has created an almost unparalleled level of brand recognition and customer loyalty worldwide. When a consumer considers buying a compact car, the name Corolla instinctively comes to mind for millions. This immediate association isn't accidental. It's the result of consistent performance and a methodical, long-term brand-building strategy. Toyota didn't attempt to constantly rebrand the car or introduce confusing submodels. Instead, it meticulously cultivated the Corolla name, allowing its reputation to grow organically, one satisfied owner at a time. The power of the Corolla nameplate lies in its predictability. People know what they are getting when they buy a Corolla, a car that will start every day, require minimal fuss, and hold its value. In a world of increasingly complex and rapidly changing automotive technology, this consistent reliability is a profound comfort. The name itself has become a shorthand for no-nonsense dependability, a quality highly valued by consumers in every market segment. This trust translates directly into sales. New generations of buyers, often influenced by the positive experiences of their parents or friends, gravitate towards the Corolla. For many, it's the default choice, the safe bet in a sea of options. This inherited loyalty is a powerful asset, allowing Toyota to maintain strong sales volumes even in highly competitive segments. The Corolla isn't just selling a car, it's selling a promise that has been consistently kept for over half a century. Furthermore, the Corolla nameplate has demonstrated remarkable flexibility. It has successfully carried the brand through various design trends, technological shifts from RWD to FWD to hybrid, and market demands. Despite significant differences between, say, a 1970s Corolla and a 2020s Corolla, the core brand promise remains intact, reinforced by the continuous use of the name. This consistency provides a comforting familiarity to consumers, making the transition between generations smooth and reassuring. The power of the Corolla nameplate is a quiet phenomenon, a subtle but profound influence on purchasing decisions globally. It's a testament to the idea that a brand's most valuable asset can be its unwavering reputation for delivering on its core promise. The Corolla name has become more than just letters. It's a symbol of trust, quality, and an enduring legacy of quiet excellence that continues to drive its success, proving that sometimes the most powerful assets are those that speak the loudest through consistent action, not through flashy words. As the automotive world races towards an entirely electric future, the question naturally arises: what role will the Toyota Corolla, a symbol of reliable gasoline-powered and hybrid transportation, play in this electrified landscape? The answer, in typical Corolla fashion, is likely to be one of quiet adaptation, continuous evolution, and a steadfast commitment to delivering accessible, dependable mobility, even without an internal combustion engine. The future of familiarity, it seems, will be electric. Toyota has already laid significant groundwork for this transition. its pioneering work in hybrid technology, integrating electric motors and battery packs into conventional powertrains, has given it an unparalleled understanding of electrification. The Corolla Hybrid, already a global success, serves as a crucial bridge, familiarizing consumers with electric propulsion and demonstrating the reliability of Toyota's battery and motor technology. This incremental approach, rather than a sudden leap, is perfectly aligned with the Corolla's history of gradual, thoughtful evolution. The next phase for the Corolla will undoubtedly involve battery electric vehicles, BEV. Toyota has publicly committed to a rapid expansion of its EV lineup, and it's highly improbable that its best-selling nameplate would be left out. A future electric Corolla would likely maintain the core values that have defined it for decades: a focus on practicality, a comfortable and spacious interior, and, crucially, rock-solid reliability. The challenge will be to offer competitive range and charging speeds at an affordable price point, democratizing EV ownership just as it democratized conventional car ownership. An electric Corolla would likely blend modern EV aesthetics with subtle nods to its heritage. It would need to be aerodynamically efficient to maximize range, but still recognizable as a Corolla. The interior would likely become even more spacious, thanks to the absence of a transmission tunnel, and packed with intuitive technology, mirroring the quiet advancements seen in current models. Toyota's engineers would meticulously tune the electric powertrain for smooth, quiet operation and predictable handling, ensuring the driving experience remains familiar and reassuring, just as it adapted to front-wheel drive and hybridization. The Corolla is poised to embrace pure electric power, not as a radical departure, but as a logical progression. It will continue to be a vehicle that serves the everyday needs of millions, providing reliable, efficient transportation in a new, cleaner format. The transition won't be about flashy marketing or groundbreaking concepts. It will be about meticulously engineering an electric vehicle that carries the trusted Corolla name with pride, demonstrating that electrification can be just as dependable and accessible as its gasoline predecessors. The future Corolla will continue its quiet revolution, proving that even as technology changes dramatically, the fundamental desire for a trustworthy, practical vehicle remains constant. Its journey into the electric age will be another testament to its enduring adaptability, ensuring that the Corolla nameplate continues to represent the pinnacle of accessible, reliable mobility for generations to come. It will be the familiar face in an unfamiliar electric future, a quiet promise kept, powered by electrons. The story of the Toyota Corolla is often told through its specifications, sales figures, and generational changes, but at its heart, it is a deeply human story. It is the narrative of countless designers, engineers, factory workers, and, most importantly, the millions of drivers whose lives it has quietly touched. From the initial visionaries to the assembly line operators, the human element has been the invisible, yet most powerful, force behind the Corolla's unparalleled success. The early visionaries, like Tatsuo Hasegawa, were not just engineers, they were keen observers of human behavior and societal needs. Their insights into what the average Japanese family truly wanted, not extravagance, but reliability and affordability, shaped the very DNA of the Corolla. Their meticulous planning and dedication to detail, fueled by a desire to contribute to Japan's post-war resurgence, laid the foundation for a global phenomenon. These individuals, often working in quiet determination, imbued the car with its fundamental character. Throughout the decades, generations of Toyota engineers have continued this legacy. They are the unsung heroes who meticulously test components, refine engine tuning, optimize chassis dynamics, and ensure every detail contributes to the car's legendary durability. Their work is often invisible to the end user, focused on preventing problems rather than fixing them, ensuring that the Corolla simply works, day in and day out. This relentless pursuit of perfection, often a quiet obsession, is what translates into hundreds of thousands of trouble-free miles for owners. On the factory floor, the human element is equally crucial. The implementation of the Toyota Production System, TPS, empowered workers, giving them the authority to stop the line if a defect was detected. This fostered a sense of ownership and collective responsibility for quality. These workers, often dedicating their careers to building Corollas, understand that they are crafting more than just metal and plastic. They are building trust and delivering on a promise to millions of customers worldwide. Their precise movements, honed over years, are a testament to human skill, complementing advanced machinery. And then, there are the drivers. The Corolla's success is ultimately a reflection of its profound connection with ordinary people. It's the first car for many, the family car for others, and the reliable commuter for countless more. Drivers don't often celebrate their Corolla with grand pronouncements. Their appreciation is shown in the quiet confidence they have in their vehicle. The peace of mind, knowing it will get them where they need to go, reliably and economically. This quiet satisfaction, multiplied millions of times over, is the true measure of the Corolla's impact. The Corolla's history is a powerful reminder that even in an era of automation and technological advancement, the human touch remains indispensable. It is the collective dedication of visionaries, the precise work of engineers, the careful craftsmanship of factory workers, and the unwavering trust of drivers that have elevated the Corolla from a simple compact car to a global icon of mobility. It's a quiet testament to the enduring power of human ingenuity and purpose, serving the quiet needs of humanity, one dependable journey at a time. The Toyota Corolla, often described as the world's most boring car by those who misunderstand its profound impact, stands as the quintessential quiet achiever of the automotive world. Its story is not one of flashy breakthroughs or dramatic sagas, but of relentless, understated excellence that has quietly reshaped global transportation and economies. With over 50 million units sold, its unrivaled global impact is a testament to the power of consistency, practicality, and unwavering reliability. From its inception, the Corolla's mission was clear: to provide accessible, dependable mobility to the masses. It was never designed to be a status symbol or a performance machine, but rather a tool that empowered individuals and families. This singular focus on utility and reliability allowed it to resonate with a broad, global audience, crossing cultural and economic divides with ease. In developing nations, it provided essential transport, often serving as a taxi or family workhorse. In developed countries, it became the trusted commuter, the sensible second car, and the reliable choice for first-time buyers. The Corolla's quiet impact is evident in the sheer number of lives it has touched. It has facilitated countless commutes, driven countless families on vacations, transported countless goods, and enabled countless dreams. Its presence on virtually every road, in every country, speaks volumes about its universal appeal and adaptability. It doesn't dominate conversations at car shows, but it dominates driveways and parking lots worldwide. Its influence on the automotive industry is equally significant. By consistently setting high standards for quality, durability, and reliability, the Corolla quietly pushed other manufacturers to improve their own products. Its success with front-wheel drive and hybrid technology demonstrated that these innovations could be made reliable and accessible to the mass market. It proved that long-term success isn't about fleeting trends, but about building genuine trust through consistent delivery. The Corolla's economic impact is also profound. Its global manufacturing network has created millions of jobs, fostered local economies, and contributed to technological transfer. Its affordability and fuel efficiency have saved consumers billions in running costs, freeing up capital for other investments. It is a workhorse that quietly underpins much of the world's daily commerce and personal mobility. Ultimately, the Corolla story is a powerful counter-narrative to the common perception that only the loud and extravagant achieve greatness. It teaches us that true impact often comes from consistent, humble service, from doing the ordinary exceptionally well. For an extraordinary period, the Toyota Corolla is the ultimate quiet achiever, a vehicle that, through its unassuming presence and unwavering dependability, has achieved an unrivaled global impact, becoming an indispensable part of human life. Its legacy is not just in its millions of units sold, but in the quiet, dependable journey of human progress it has helped facilitate, one reliable mile at a time.